We are here at the first Central Asian Urban Forum in Uzbekistan's Tashkent, bringing you an exclusive coverage from Daryo. Central Asian cities like Tashkent, Almaty and Astana are expanding fast. But at what cost? With some of the worst air quality in the world and uncontrolled development pushing our infrastructure to the brink. The region has a critical moment. The question is how our cities can keep expanding without a sustainable and clear vision. So this forum is not just about the problems, it's more about the action. So the experts are gathering to reimagine our urban spaces, driving innovation, sustainability, and new vision for Central Asia's rapidly growing cities. With the region's urban population set to grow by 15%, reaching 45 million residents, cities like Tashkent, Astana and Almaty face mounting challenges, including traffic congestion, air pollution and strained public services. This surge demands urgent investments in urban infrastructure to ensure sustainable growth and maintain a high quality of life. One concerning issue highlighted was the destruction of cultural heritage sites to make way for new residential and office developments.
I believe
that modern Uzbekistan doesn't fully embrace its own cultural identity. When an average Japanese or American visits Uzbekistan, they come to see places like Bukhara, Khiva and Samarkand. Why can't we promote this cultural code in architecture? It will be a great addition, it will be a successor to this generation. It will be an opportunity for new and modern architects to discover Uzbekistan. This is a brand. We have something to be proud of and we have something to show. I would like us to leave the Soviet urbanism in modern Uzbekistan and make a project decision related to our cultural code, because it can show something and it is very worthy.
Preserving the region's unique historical identity while promoting urban expansion remains a critical challenge. Gender equality in architecture was another key point of discussion. Tahmina Turdaliyeva, head of the Association of Young Architects of Uzbekistan, and Tom Ravenscroft, professor at Pratt Institute in New York, emphasized the need to support women architects who are still underrepresented in the field, particularly in Central Asia.
Yeah, first of all, it was really encouraging to see so many women speak on the panel. I think it's indicative of the recognition of women's contribution to conversations about the future of the urban environment. And to Naomi's point, this understanding that you have enormous resources here. You do not need to look to the west or necessarily the east, but to work with what is local, what is typical, what is traditional, and the strengths of the culture and the people who are within Central Asia at the moment.
Experts like Ashat Sadoov, head of Almaty Jam Plan, stressed the importance of regional cooperation to develop sustainable infrastructure. Joint investments in transport and smart city technologies will be vital in enhancing mobility and creating more livable urban spaces. The forum concluded with a commitment to green initiatives and smart city solutions, aiming to build resilient cities that can face these challenges head-on.
Okay, so firstly, I'd like to say how green this city is. I've been here 5 months now, and from where I come from in the west, I don't think the greenery is there. We've destroyed a lot of our parks and trees, but here you've managed to retain them. So I really enjoy the view from my balcony over the city, and I can see how green the whole place is. So I think that's a really good feature. And then the infrastructure. Obviously the metros I really enjoy, like the Soviet era. It's obviously something completely different for me, so really nice. I think something that it lacks is maybe the modernity. I know the speaker today was talking about you can lose identity, but I think in terms of progression, the Tashkent can progress in that way as well. But I think it needs to retain its culture and its identity.
This issue constantly concerns us, as inclusiveness and accessibility for all segments of the population are probably among the biggest challenges. Until recently, progress in this area was not particularly successful. However, things started to change just a few years ago. Social accessibility and inclusiveness became more prominent. In many projects, especially in architectural requirements, this issue began to be addressed. It was always there, it was acknowledged, but we all know that what should be in a project and what is actually implemented often differ due to various circumstances. Now, the situation is improving, with tighter controls in place. If someone fails to comply, there may be consequences, such as fines. Only in this way, we can teach designers and approving bodies to create an accessible environment for all segments of the population.
Do you think that Uzbekistan is the country more for people or for the cars?
We
see a noticeable shift in the development of Uzbekistan, particularly in its larger cities, toward cars. This is a fact as every city develops in this way. It's a stage that Uzbekistan must go through before it can become more comfortable. Unfortunately, no city in the world has gone straight to a comfortable city. Everyone goes through uncomfortable stages, and this is one of them.
How do you see urbanization and infrastructure of Uzbekistan in 5-10 years?
So in 5-10 years, I think it will be much faster, and I hope to see that the cities of Uzbekistan will be more automatized, the structure. And of course, I would like to see that other cities except Tashkent also will develop. Because today only the capital is being developed much more than other, but I hope that our regions also will have good, high quality of medicine, job opportunities, infrastructure, and so on.
I've been really encouraged by the idea that so many presenters today come from different places in the world and across the region. But everyone has perspectives that really relate to all the kinds of different stakeholders that we need to see activated and given agency in the cities. We've already talked about women, we've seen images of the different kinds of people who are using the city, people with ability challenges, children. We saw a woman here bringing in a pram. We've seen activists. It's really about young architects leading the conversation. And I'm really encouraged that the idea of a more inclusive, future-facing dialogue starts right here.